Hello, you are welcome to class again, and today we are going to be looking at how your essays are marked, the criteria used in marking your essays by the examiners. Remember, in one of our videos I promised I'm going to be doing this, and I'm doing it right away. In case you missed that video, please kindly check for how to write 450 words in your essay, of course, especially in your informal letter. So quickly, let's get to class now and look at it. Now, when you write your essay and you submit it, the examiners use 4 criteria. Now listen clearly. There is nothing like a special mark for your address, a special mark for your date, a special mark for your... No, there is nothing like that. We just use these 4 criteria, and we call it COEMA. We have it like this, COEMA. So we use this criteria. The C stands for content. The C stands for content. The O stands for organization. The E stands for expression. And the MA stands for mechanical accuracy. Mechanical accuracy. All right, now these are the criteria. Now let me quickly explain one by one. We judge content, and the content is called out of 10. Now, what is content? Content will be judged based on your ability to follow what is given, the instruction given. If you're asked to write a letter to your friend in another school, telling him or her 3 changes in your school. Now, we want to know whether you have been able to cover this. Have you written to your friend? Is your friend in another school? And are you writing on changes in your school? And are you writing on 3 changes? You can see now, those are the things we want to judge under content. Have you written it to your friend? Everything you are asked to do. Once we judge that is right, we score you out of 10. Now you are marked on whether you are an illiterate or an excellent student, and you can cover the other range: very good, good, average, below average, weak, and very weak. That's the other range there. It has mark distributed along 9 from 0 to 10. You may not need to bother about that one. And then we have organization. Organization is also judged out of 10 marks. Organization is your ability to put structure around your work. Now you're asked to write a letter to your friend. Now no examiner will tell you write an informal letter or write a formal letter. Now your ability to know it's an informal letter, that a letter to your friend is an informal letter, and you are writing the right things, the right what do you call it now, mechanics around it. Talk of your one address, the date, dear friend. You are not saying dear sir. And then how you have put your paragraphs together, how you have done your sentence structure, the long and the short one, the mixture of simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. All these will be judged in your organization. And your expression, we want to know whether you can speak English or you can write English at your level. Now let me give you these 3 examples. If you say, if you fear God, you will have wisdom. That's an expression. If you say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, that's an expression. If you say the timidity of omnipotence is the commencement of sagacity, that's an expression. Who has communicated in a mature way? You can say the second person who says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Now that is expression. Now all the candidates will speak. Of course, you are going to express yourself in a way. Now we want to judge whether you can express yourself as a secondary school graduate. Let me put it that way, as someone who is in secondary school, not that you are in primary school. When we compare your expression with someone in primary school, we can see that sense of maturity, that sense of linguistic competence there. So that one has the highest, and then it has 20 marks. 20 marks, and it's also distributed along illiterate to excellence. Remember, very weak, weak, below average, average, very good, good, like that, distributed. Then the last one is mechanical accuracy. This is the most objective part of the assessment of all the criteria. It's actually 10, and this one now is marked. We mark 3 things here. We check your spelling, if you have spelled the words very well. We check for grammar, and finally we check for punctuation. So it's very important that you check our lessons on punctuation. Please kindly check the channel. You see lessons on punctuation, you see several on spellings, and you see even on grammar. So we check this. Now everything down here now, once you make any error, we're going to see it in the practical part. Once you make any error, we deduct half minus half for any error on spelling, on grammar, on punctuation. Now imagine now that you deduct half from 10. Half from 10, how many halves are we going to remove from 10? That will give you 0. Of course, you know it's 20. So once you have 20 errors either on spelling, grammar, or punctuation, then you lose your mark. That's why you see most students tend to score 0 here, and so invariably they are judged on 40 marks instead of 50. So you need to be very careful with your spelling, with your grammar, and with your punctuation. So I think we have really done justice to this. Now let's get to another side where we're going to see the practical way how an examiner will mark. So I'm going to show you a live script, of course written by one of my students, no name, and then we are going to assess it. So let's move on. Now here you are, you can see the script now. I believe is clear enough. Now imagine you are the candidate here and I am your examiner. Please kindly judge yourself. So I'm going to be using a red pen this time around, so kindly judge now. So this first thing we do, I don't mark address and say correct and then I give you 5. No, I've said it earlier. So we look at it. Okay, is there any error here? Government Day Secondary School. Now you can see that comma is missing there and it has been marked. We just ring it. We just put a caret and a ring here. Okay, because comma is missing. Now note it. We've started scoring you. Now let me quickly say it this way now. Every candidate has 100%, which is 50 marks here. I mean, from what we did earlier, you know, it's 50 marks. Now let me quickly clean that and write that very well. Okay, so we have 50 marks for you. We assume you are good. Now you start losing your marks with errors like this, so you need to be very careful. Apply your comma where you need to do it. Yes, carries okay, full stop, 30th November 2021, so no problem anymore. Now let's move on to this one. Dear Joseph, the candidate has written the salutation very close to the margin, so I can ignore the little space. I don't think it can really contain any letter. If it is wide enough, then I can underline it, and that one is going down under organization in my mind. Remember the poema. Let me put the yes. So remember, this is 10, this is 10, this is 20, and this is 10. Gives us 50 marks. Okay, this is the standard we believe you have. But when you start making errors, we start dropping your scores. Now, how are you, Joseph? Fantastic student, I love this. How are you, Joseph? The comma is well placed, and then J of Joseph is there in question mark. Beautiful. I think this student deserves a big applause. Then I hope you are well. Yes, I hope you are well. It's not a question. Fantastic. Wow, who is this person? Then I will find out later. If so, now this is where I want you to see something here. Now you need to be very consistent with your I. This student now, see the capital I, it has a cap and it has a shoe. However, the capital I of if so here is not the same thing. Now of course an examiner will just assume this to be capital L. So you need to be consistent with your type of I. Are you using a long stroke? Be consistent all through. Are you using this type that has a cap and a shoe? Beautiful, just be consistent. So I'm going to mark this down. Oh, you say I'm wicked. I'm so sorry. It's not me. I'm just doing my job, okay? So I'm going to mark this down. Oh, please forgive me. The full stop is not part of the error. So I'm marking down the I. If so, comma, glory be to God. So let me go back to that if so. I'm suspecting something here. Now this S is too big. Okay, now if you type it, you realize that the small letter S should be of the same length with O. Hey, come on, don't say that. I can hear wicked English teachers. Oh, come on, we are not wicked. We are just trying to make things to be in order. Though this S is big. Now, some examiners can overlook. Let me show you. Some may say this S and the previous one, the capital one, are not of the same size, and then just choose to help you. Fine, good. Maybe I will do that anyway. I'm just kind, but I may not. It all depends on me. Or some will say no. But this is just to tell you, you need to be careful. You may need to go to the exam with your ruler and be measuring all your letters. So I'm going to leave that one so that you will not stone me when you see me on the road. But please be careful. Don't let your S next time, because there are some letters. There are some letters that do not have the capital sign and a small sign. You want to test that? So let me write. Let me just digress a little bit. Let me write S now. Is this capital letter S or small letter s? You are saying capital. I heard you. You said capital. All right. What if I now write it like this? Out of this one. So this one automatically has become small. So it all depends on the length and the environment they find themselves. We have C also like this. But you know, no matter how big you write your A, if you write A like this, small letter A, okay. And if you write this one like this, is because it has a graphical representation that is different. Fine. Let's move on with our class quickly. So, how are you, Joseph? I hope all is well. If so, glory be to God. I write to discuss 3 things I like about my new school. Wow, this is an interesting student. But something is wrong here. Okay, glory, the G of glory. Okay. Don't. My purpose in writing. Now, is it my purpose in writing or my purpose of writing? So, that is a grammar error. Wrong preposition. That's a grammar error. Can you see now? We've seen punctuation in 2 places. We've seen grammar now. Now let's go. Of course, you can see that you are waiting for me to get here. I'm here. My purpose of writing, in writing, you can flag that. So it should be 1 T. So many of us do not know how to write writing. Writing is not double T. It is written that is double T. Written, the past participle. All right. My purpose of writing this letter is to tell you about. Then he paused to say, guess what? Now, beautiful, there's nothing wrong. However, it is not yet a sentence. If you check our lesson on punctuation, full stop, you only put your full stop when you have made a declarative sentence. So this is wrong. You may be asking me, okay, what should be the correct thing? Comma, it's okay. Or you put 3 dots, ellipsis. Then G of guess will now be small letter. Now we assume that this student actually knows what to do. But after full stop, there should be capital. So we won't ring this one. We only underline it. Okay, because we have already ringed this. So guess what? Guess what is not a question. It's a command. Guess what? Oh yeah, it's not a question. So we bring this one down. Okay, you can see now that errors is becoming bloody. Guess what? Now I'm getting confused, and this is what you do as to examiners. Once you start getting confused, you start losing your content. I mean, personally, I think I'm getting confused now, because my purpose of writing this letter now. Guess what? Now this week our geography teacher taught us. I think there's a dot here. Now you need to be careful with your pen, because you won't be there to explain to us. You won't be there to explain to the examiner that so there's a dot here. I just ringed it now. So okay, let me make it clear. Let me make it clear so that you can see what I'm dotting. I think there's a dot here. So if your pen is not good, please get a very good one before you start writing your examination. Guess what teacher taught? Ring. Okay, geography teacher taught us a lesson on petroleum mining. Mining is wrong. I will still come back here. Let me just get the understanding of the whole thing. I wish this can go. I wish this can just leave me alone. And we also read about it in our English lesson. Something is wrong. We are still coming back there. So let me get the clarity here now. Okay, I think I understand it now. Guess what? This week our geography teacher taught us a lesson on petroleum mining, and we also read about it in our English lesson. That's a full stop there, guys. Our country is indeed blessed. Please do not mind this overlap. I've tried to remove it, but I couldn't do that, and I don't want to touch what will scatter the lesson. So please bear with me. I will learn what to do next time in our next video. All right, so our country is blessed. Our country is indeed blessed. Now let's go back to now. As an examiner, I understand what this person is saying now. I haven't read the whole thing, so let's come back here now. Guess what? Now this T here is small letter, and it's starting a new sentence, so we need to ring it out. Okay, this week now there's no need for, okay, the comma is okay this week. All right, our geography teacher. Now geography is a proper noun. It's a subject. It's a proper noun, so it should be written in capital letter. So we ring that one out. Geography teacher taught us a lesson on petroleum mining. Mining should be 1 N, not double N. So we also ring that one out. And we also read about it in our English. Remember, English should not be written like this for any reason. English for any reason shouldn't even be written like this. So the E should be capital. We ring that out. Full stop. Now Our here should start with capital O. So what I have here is small o. All right, I ring that out, please. All right, that's ringed out. Country is indeed blessed. I ring that. If I put it now, the computer and the board will react. Okay, so it's ringed out. Now you can see now, just at the beginning alone, we have so many errors. All right, we have so many errors there. So you can see now. So let's go back to this now. Is there any question we want to ask at this point? No, but let me just give you the basic advices. Now, just for mechanical accuracy alone, you have seen that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 just in the introductory paragraph. I mean, you can guess what this candidate will end up with. I believe in the next paragraph I'm going to see about 10 also. Now, that's for mechanical accuracy. You've seen that. So let's go to expression. Can we say this student has expressed him or herself as an SS3 student, as a candidate? Yeah, to an extent anyway. And this is average as far as I'm concerned, because the expression now will also be judged on things like this: English, mining, your spelling, and the rest. Okay, because it tells us a lot of things. Yes, your expression is when you have terrible expression, wrong one, serious wrong one, obvious one, we underline. I can't see anyone that I can underline here, but judging generally, I can say that this person is just an average student or a little bit below average, judging from there. Then organization, I mean, this is how we judge it. Okay, it is subjective. The examiner is believed to know what to do. Then you need to submit to your chief examiner or to your to the next supervisory marker called team leader, who will check your work. Okay, don't be afraid that the examiner can just wake up and say, okay, you are less than 2. No, somebody else will also pick it and check, and then luckily the chief examiner may also pick it up too and check. So that's for that one. Organization, let's check for organization. I'm going to fault this organization because it's supposed to be just one paragraph for the introductory paragraph, just one paragraph, and so I expect this particular paragraph here to be joined there. So we have 2 paragraphs in for introduction, but it's still not totally bad if the student decides to do greetings at the beginning of the paragraph and then go ahead and then introduce the letter. Beautiful, but personally I would have expected the student to manage this very well. Then for content, if we go by what we have here at the beginning already, and then what this person wants to write by claiming the purpose, because I write to discuss, now you're still telling us the purpose. You can see now the organization is faulty. Okay, I'm afraid this person may not at the end of the day discuss the 3 things, because he has started talking about geography teacher, English teacher, and then we're talking about things you like about your school. Now I wonder how our country is blessed. So I'm just judging. I've not read the main letter. I mean, these are the things that go on in the head of the examiner. So you need to be very careful. So I think at this point we've come to the end of this class here. Be mindful of what you write and how you write. I think one of the things that can help you is you can write and share with your teachers or with your friend. Just exchange, get a pen, and then mark all this. In case you have any question, you can just drop it in the comment section. And in case you want to also watch more videos, please just browse our channel. You are going to see, and we enjoy you to kindly like, comment, share this, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Till we see again. Bye for now.